YouTube, Twitch, TikTok Live. Oh, heck yeah. What is this? Alright, we're gonna play. What should we play? Play Horizon Zero Dawn. Kinda wanna do Among the Sleep. Dark Souls for Master. This one started. Oh, shy. I just want to go back to sleep though. Let's see. Dual calling. Right. Heroic. Download. Oh. Yo, I thought I downloaded. Yo. Didn't download Cyberpunk? Thought I downloaded Cyberpunk. Shoot. Insider. Oh shit. Need a bandage. Bandage. Why pick up the bandage if you're not going to use it? Yeah, this person is even worse than me. Feels pretty strange. Hey, shoo! Python VRLTTY. I've got 6 people watching now? That's so funny. 5 people watching now. That's so silly. I think that's kind of funny. I got 7 people watching now? Why? Why are so many people watching? I'm just compiling. I'm just doing my system updates. That's so silly. Oh my gosh. For watching.
and you can't simply survive off of passive capital accumulation, then you are in a class called the working class. There's only two classes, the ruling class and the working class. And right now, the top 10% of US earners account for almost 50% of all of the consumer spending. And as this wealth disparity increases, it will become obvious that there was never a middle class. And the whole purpose of the middle class was to divide the working class, to make the person who makes $100,000 a year feels superior to the person who's making $60,000 a year. Do not fall victim to this. You are on the same team. The greatest trick of capitalism is that if you ask a cashier who's making $25,000 a year, and you ask a teacher who's making $60,000 a year, and you ask a surgeon who's making $600,000 a year, they'll all tell you that they are middle class. How does that make any sense? The truth is, there is no middle class. If you have to sell your labor for a wage in order to survive, and you can't simply survive off of passive capital accumulation, then you are in a class called the working class. There's only two classes, the ruling class and the working class. And right now, the top 10% of US earners account for almost 50% of all of the consumer spending. And as this wealth disparity increases, it will become obvious that there was never a middle class. And the whole purpose of the middle class was to divide the working class.
Buy one for every computer you use. Anything else is like going to the store. Take it.
A friend of mine from the GQRP club
If you're going to Japan and you don't speak, If you're going to Japan and you don't speak Japanese like me, let me give you 5 apps that'll save you from stress, confusion, and awkward moments of looking like a lost tourist. The first app you'll need is Google Maps. I already knew I wasn't spending $1 million on Ubers. I was taking the train everywhere, and child, Google Maps made it so much easier. Walking directions, transfers, platforms. It's literally so detailed. They'll tell you which entrance and exit to go in and out of, how much the distance will cost, even which train cart to be on for the fastest exit. The second app, Coolie, is going to be your personal translator. Doesn't matter if it's a street sign, handwritten menu, convenient ingredients, and so much more that you could just scan and instantly know what you're looking at. If you have a food allergy, you can see all the ingredients to save you some trouble and a trip to the hospital. And if you plan on going to Don Quixote or any of the other drugstores, it can accurately translate skincare ingredients so you know you're picking the right thing for your skin type. Number 3 is going to be Klook. This is the go-to to book experiences, attractions, and even transportation for sometimes less. I got my tickets for Disney, Mario Kart, and kimono rentals here. It's like the Japan version of Groupon. Number 4 is going to be Uber. I find that they had better pricing compared to other apps, and the trains aren't 24/7, so late at night when they stop running or when your legs finally give out, you might need that Uber. Last but not least is Flush. It shows you nearby public restrooms. Great for when you really need to go and you've been walking all day. So if you're going to Japan,
AI headlines you may have missed. Roblox will now use AI to filter out inappropriate language. Children will complain while parents will rejoice. In a similar note, OpenAI has delayed its adult mode feature. This is probably a good thing. I don't think anyone needs access to adult mode at this level. I'm not really sure why OpenAI is even considering this option, but we'll see what happens. And Alibaba has now unified their AI brands under one name, which was not previously the case. So it'll be Quen internationally and 𝖙𝖊𝖗𝖓𝖓 domestically. This is a new development. Alibaba is now a major player in the AI race. Anyway, have a great Sunday. AI headlines you may have missed. Roblox will now use AI to filter out inappropriate language. Children will complain while parents will rejoice. In a similar note, OpenAI has delayed its adult mode feature. This is probably a good
Smooth resin.
The only
So I want to show you something cool that I
一直想起飞的。
Today for school, we have
Muslims worship a different God than Christians. True or false?
That's literally what I became famous for.
Well,
I was on the
break
Danny,
it down.
I was on the Danny Jones.
Make it simple enough to where my frat brothers from UT can understand
Very
this
simple.
shit.
I hate to break the news to you, but Jesus Christ probably looked like a Muslim more than he looked like the guys you guys see in the picture. That's number one. Number two, he didn't speak English. He didn't speak Latin. He didn't speak Greek. He spoke a Semitic language. The Semitic languages are Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and there's some other subcategories, but those are the three biggest. So they're cousin languages, just like when you have a Latin-based language, you have Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish. When you learn one, you can learn the others very quickly. Or Slavic languages like Russian and Georgian and Ukrainian. These are Slavic languages, so when you learn one, you can learn the rest pretty quickly, right? They're cousin languages. So the word Allah is not a name. And I have a newsflash for you. When you're a Christian, you say F Allah, because I see it all over the internet. You're literally cursing what the word just God means in Arabic. The deity, the one that is worshipped.
So wait a minute. Are you telling me that Allah is God?
Go to Google, type in what was the language of Jesus Christ. Do it right now. Let's show your audience. And remember, the people that own Google don't like Muslims. So they're not rigging it in our favor. What language did Jesus speak, right? Let's give them facts. And he spoke what? Aramaic, specifically a Galilean dialect. Now go to Google and type in what is the Aramaic word for God, okay? The language of Jesus Christ himself, peace and blessings be upon him and his righteous mother, the Virgin Mary.
What is the Aramaic
language of Jesus? Yeah, what is the Aramaic word for God? Elah, or what? Pull it up. Elah is in the Hebrew, right?
Arabic,
or Elohim.
Allah.
Elohim is the royal plural, right? The cognate of the word, right? So word. It's the same in multiple languages, especially in cousin languages. Ilaha, Allah, Allah, Arabic, same word, same root, same everything. When you're cursing Allah, Jesus ain't gonna like you too much in the next life.
Muslims worship a different God than Christians. True or false?
That's literally what I became famous for.
Well,
I was on the
break
Danny,
it down.
I was on the Danny Jones.
Make it simple enough to where my frat brothers from UT can understand
Very
it.
paper apps.
If your cavity is this big, you need to go.
Nice. Let's do this one again, because I updated the mirrors. We're gonna see why. Oh yeah, meow. So we're gonna go to. We're gonna see why Orca is. Okay, we're gonna figure out. Go to packages. Because GNOME unstable. It's having an issue with that. Okay. $49 beta R12. $50 RC2. That is really interesting. That one is so different. Oh, I'm just updating my system.
The leader guides the congregation in prayer, and slowly the dervishes blossom into a state where they're ready to whirl. Dervishes are like monks, inspired by the mystic 13th century poet 𝖙𝖊𝖗, also known as Rumi. Not all dervishes whirl, but all whirlers are dervishes. With one foot planted in their community, their family, and the other foot dancing around and around, celebrating the diversity of God's great creation, they whirl themselves into a meditative trance. In this mesmerizing form of prayer, the dervish contemplates how everything in the universe whirls, from the smallest particles to the earth and beyond. By whirling, the dervish goes with the cosmic flow. 𝖙𝖊𝖗's teaching is all about love and finding that elusive oneness. With one hand symbolically reaching up to their heavenly creator, and the other like a fountain showering that love on all of creation, the dervish meditates on how they can be a conduit of God's love. The Muslim faith is as varied as the Christian faith. Some groups are more orthodox and conservative, and others more progressive, like this congregation of mystic Sufi dervishes, which welcomes women to take leadership roles. While some worship in grand mosques, others gather in a more intimate space like this, where musicians set the mood. The leader guides the congregation in prayer, and slowly the dervishes blossom into a state where they're ready to whirl. Dervishes are like monks, inspired by the mystic 13th century poet Mevlana, also known as Rumi. Not all dervishes whirl, but all whirlers are dervishes. With one foot planted in their community, their family, and the other foot dancing around and around, celebrating the diversity of God's great creation, they whirl themselves into a meditative trance. In this mesmerizing form of prayer, the dervish contemplates how everything in the universe whirls, from the smallest particles to the earth and beyond. By whirling, the dervish goes with the cosmic flow. Mevlana's teaching is all about love and finding that elusive oneness. With one hand symbolically reaching up to their heavenly creator, and the other like a fountain showering that love on.
One of the most common questions I get asked is a car audio salesman. A lot of people think tuning by ear is good enough. And what if I told you that you were leaving power on the table? This is what a clean signal actually looks like. You can see as I raise the volume, the audio waveform gets cut off at the top and bottom, indicating clipping. But when I return the volume back down, it's once again a clean signal. This tool was literally designed to tune your amplifier.
Please dumb this down so the rest of us can understand. No. Welcome to false consensus, where in an age of anti-intellectualism, we should probably talk about the root causes. False consensus is hard for a guy with a lisp to say, but it's also where people falsely assume that other people share in their belief, and it's more widespread than it actually is. I've been teaching high school for 20 years, and the way that I present information, no matter how hard I wanted to shift it, is designed for teenagers who just got their driver's licenses. You can handle it. It's the same thing I tell my students. Learning isn't easy and learning is embarrassing. You have to diminish your ego and recognize that you don't know everything, and not everybody's really comfortable with that. But the idea that it should be simplified, and therefore the act of you not learning is somebody else's fault because it's not presented to you in the way that you like it. All creators of rhetoric have a purpose, and the only way they're going to achieve that purpose is if they appeal to the values, needs, and beliefs of an audience. But the thing that gets twisted in social media is the idea that just because the audience could be everybody, that everybody is always going to be the intended audience. The request to dumb it down is definitionally insulting to an audience. The limit of your understanding is not the limit of understanding, especially when the barrier there is your own willingness. But thanks for watching my videos. Have a good day. Please dumb this down so the rest of us can understand. No. Welcome to false consensus, where in an age of anti-intellectualism, we should probably talk about the root causes. False consensus is hard for a guy with a lisp to say, but it's also where people falsely assume that other people share in their belief, and it's more widespread than it actually is. I've been teaching high school for 20 years, and the way that I present information, no matter how hard I wanted to shift it, is designed for teenagers who just got their driver's licenses. You can handle it. It's the same thing I tell my students.
This is the 𝖙𝖊𝖗
The boss then? Yeah, it is.
Sound like gravity, like gravity.
You're from...
Ninja just released.
Oui, est-ce qu'on va... Still gay?
Yeah, it is. Welcome to the United States of Israel, where we sell our bodies to make a good living. The public education system is cooked, college degrees cost a lifetime of debt, and even if you have one, you'll still struggle to find work. The blue-collar route, well, not much better. Meanwhile, Israel has free healthcare for all. They're paid a government allowance per child. Degrees are 10 times cheaper to attain, and so much more. Wow, how did they become so progressive? Well, we pay for it, of course. Yep, 300 billion US tax dollars given directly to genocidal Zionists. In fact, the only thing our politicians can agree on both sides of the aisle is to bend over and spread them for Prime Minister Daddy Netanyahu. Y'all know the price for high treason? These AIPAC-funded chomos gotta go. Ew, he's anti-Semitic. Don't start. We're not talking Jewish heritage. We're talking psychopathic war criminals. Ew, he's talking politics? Put me on mute then. Keep your head down. Eat your goyim slop. You're genetically modified.
本日事前にですねご精算をいただいておりますが、福岡市が現地でご一泊につき宿泊税200円現地徴収ございます。
はい。
お部屋に歯ブラシなどのアメニティ類が備え付けではございませんが、お持ちでいらっしゃいますか？
いや、ないですか。
1階でのご用意となります。はい。パジャマとアメニティ類、エレベーター前からお持ち上がりをお願いいたします。はい。本日事前にですねご精算をいただいておりますが、福岡市が現地でご一泊につき宿泊税200円現地徴収ございます。はい。お部屋に歯ブラシなどのアメニティ類が備え付けではございませんが、お持ちでいらっしゃいますか
？You might have seen them at the gas station, these little bottles labeled not for human consumption that say that they're air deodorizers or leather cleaners or nail polish removers. But it's a if you know, you know situation. They are actually poppers. So what are poppers and should you be worried about them? Today I will go on the ins and outs of poppers from a drug scientist perspective. So poppers have actually been around for a while. We're talking about like the late 1800s, and they were initially used for things like chest pain, but also for cyanide poisoning. Now they are commonly used for things like sex. Now this type of drug is very popular in certain types of communities. So about 3% of like the general population has ever tried poppers. But we see that about 1 in every 4 people in the queer nightclub community has used this at least weekly in the last year. And it's used the queer community actually led to the myth that these drugs actually caused HIV, which they do not. They were just more.
So I couldn't wait to.
怪人怖い。ていうかどんだけ物買ってんだよ。店でも始めるつもりか。
すいません。何見てんねんおら。ごめんなさい。
うわ、怪人だ。
頭悪そうな顔してんな。何見てんねんおら。何見てんねんおら。
いらっしゃいませ。
何見てんねんおら。
でね、たけしくんがね、うちの髪の毛引っ張ってきたの。だから給食の味噌汁にバトロコトキシン入れてやったよ。へえ。
何見てんねんおら。
That made us severe.
Wrong.
Right, and then we gotta reinstall Orca, but it's gonna give me an error.
If you're trying to learn German, you should probably learn some Arabic slang. The fact of the matter is that Arabic has an increasingly large influence on the German language, especially on its younger speakers. Some people feel very strongly about this, but I'm not here to make a value judgment about whether or not Arabic should have an influence on German. The simple reality is that it does, and this is how language develops, so I'm here to teach you. Two words you might not know and that have been adopted into German slang are Wallah and Yallah. Wallah literally means I swear by God and is an equivalent of the German Ich schwöre. This is attached to a statement as an emphasizer of its truthfulness. An example would be, Wallah, ich hab nix gemacht. Yallah, not to be confused with Wallah, means come on, let's go. For example, wir verspäten uns, Yallah. If you don't know the word Habibi, you should know this as well. This literally means my dear or my beloved, but it's also often used between friends, much like bro. The last two you'll often hear.
Okay.
Among German speakers are Masha'Allah and Insha'Allah. Masha'Allah literally means what God has willed, and you use this as a reaction when you observe something good happening or as a congratulations. Insha'Allah means if God wills it, and you use this to express hope that a particular thing will happen. If you've ever seen the meme of the Halal Family Movie Night Finding Nemo poster where it says, Insha'Allah they find him, this perfectly illustrates the use of this word. If you're trying to learn German,
look at this incredible car. This is called the low-res car. Okay, you have a key here. This is how you turn it on. It's a fully electric car. Got your battery level here. And then you've got drive and reverse. And this is to open and close the canopy. You want to jump in?
Yeah.
Come and see what it looks like from the inside. How it feels to drive this baby around.
We're moving.
Actually,
Okay.
it's my fault.
Wow. Oh my.
Look at this incredible car. This is
I'm going to ask the question that I have not heard a single answer to in the years that this bill has been debated, which is, how do you enforce this? How do you prove here today that I am transgender? You can't. You can't do it. How? Tell me how. If anybody can answer that question, other than just citing me saying it publicly, because that's kind of cheating in my view. But imagine that you are in a restaurant and you see me walk into the women's room and you don't know me, but you think you have a suspicion that I might be trans, and you pull me aside and you say, hey, you shouldn't be going.
So you believe in a God that's all-knowing? Yep. And all-powerful? Uh-huh. And all good, right? Right. So why would an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-good God make a world in which suffering exists? So here's the thing. God made humans with free will. So I've heard. And so when Eve used her free will to eat the fruit from the tree that she wasn't supposed to, she kind of messed everything up. Right, she and Adam ate the fruit from the tree that God put in the garden with them. Right, but they weren't supposed to. Right, but God's all-knowing, so he knew that they were going to eat it if he put it there with them. Right, but it was still their choice. They didn't have to do it. Right, but if God knew beforehand that they were gonna do it, if they didn't do it, then he would have been wrong and therefore not all-knowing. Right, but he only knew they were gonna do it because he knew that that was the choice they were gonna make. Right, but if he didn't choose to put the tree there in the first place, they wouldn't have done it. Right, and wasn't it called the Tree of Knowledge of Good and Evil? Yeah. So then that means that God made a world where evil already existed before they even ate the fruit. They just didn't know about evil.
The sky is super... I put it in the Discord.
You are not a gifted kid who burnt out. The amount of delusional comments I sincerely see on this app where people believe that they were some like prodigy child who just burnt out along the way, you weren't.
This guy misunderstands this concept on so many different levels that it's making me feel gifted again. His theory is that there used to be a regular class and a slow class, but then they realized that being slow hurt kids' feelings, so they just moved everybody up. So slow kids were now regular, and regular kids were now accelerated. He believes that the praise that children got for hitting normal milestones at normal times caused them to incorrectly believe that they were prodigies, which is what caused gifted burnout syndrome.
A bunch of kids walking around who are sincerely very average people who think that they were some like prodigy.
That's because my school still had a slow program, and then they had the regular program, and then they pulled about 15 of us in the whole school out of the regular program and put us in a classroom where we got to learn special things on account of what prodigies we were, according to the adults.
And then somewhere along the way, I just lost my flame. No, you were always regular. You were a child. People were praising you because you were a child.
And to match your level of condescension here, it's pretty clear that you weren't one of those 15 because they weren't praising us because we were children. They were specifically comparing us to other children and telling us day in and day out that according to standardized testing scores, we were more intelligent than other students. We aren't the ones who said, oh, we can read at a 5th grade level in 3rd grade, we must be geniuses. The adults around us looked at us and said, oh, that 9-year-old reads literature meant for adults and can do math I didn't get to till I was in college. We will teach that child nothing about time management. There is no possible way that a child with that sort of vocabulary could possibly have an idiot disease like autism or ADHD. We will teach these children no coping mechanisms for those sorts of disorders. But the thing is, oh, you're so much smarter than everyone else isn't praise. It's an implication that whatever you're up against, you should be able to figure it out on your own. And once you've figured it out, you should be able to do it at least as well as anyone else. Which is true when you're 8 and the only things you have to do are like coloring and homework. But by the time you're 17 or 18 or 19, you're running across things that reading comprehension can't help you with. The first apartment I got, I shared with my boyfriend, but he lost his job, so I was working enough hours to pay the rent for 2 people on top of being a freshman in college, and that's a hell of a workload for somebody who is 17 years old. And now I'm 35 years old and I'm a TikTok influencer because I'm afraid to even get part-time jobs because of how many times I've overextended myself and just fallen off the map. It turns out that having a very specific syllabus and very clearly defined deadlines was the only thing keeping my executive dysfunction in check. So as soon as I got out of school, I became completely useless. That's gifted kid burnout. It's not a lack of compliments now that we're older. It's spending our entire childhood with exactly the skill set needed to excel in a very specific environment, and then having everyone, ourselves included, expecting us to continue that level of excellence in a completely different environment that we are utterly unsuited for.
You are not a gifted kid who burnt out. The amount of delusional comments I sincerely see on this app where people believe that they were some like prodigy child who just burnt out along the way, you weren't.
This guy misunderstands this concept on so many different levels that it's making me feel gifted again. His theory is that there used to be a regular class and a slow class, but then they realized that being slow hurt kids' feelings, so they just moved different.
See, if you take your average size castration band and combine it with this key and this bump hammer, you will get...
Introducing the Breacher by...
The internet will tell you that mixing super glue and cotton will start a fire. The internet is wrong. Super glue is cyanoacrylate. I like that it says warning. When you expose it to air, the water molecules in the air set off a chain reaction, causing the cyanoacrylate molecules to polymerize. This creates a super strong bond and releases heat. But like just a little bit of heat. Alone it was like 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't come at me for the Celsius. But if you mix in baking soda or sodium bicarbonate, you can get sodium hydroxide, and that can cause the polymerization to go faster and hotter. It results in a hard resin-like substance almost instantly. Now, if you mix in cinnamon, the reaction gets even hotter. It can even give off a little bit of smoke. But the reaction seems to take a little bit longer, so you get a layer that's sort of like hard and thin. Now, if you add cotton into the equation, you can massively increase the surface area that the glue can dry on, as well as adding in hydroxyl groups from the cellulose in the cotton that can additionally spur the reaction. This means the polymerization happens faster, and you do get more heat than the super glue alone, but not by a lot. The ignition temperature of cotton is over 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and my mixture of cotton and glue only reached about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That is not hot enough to light on fire. Now, I tried to make it light on fire by mixing either cinnamon or baking soda into the cotton, but even then it just did not reach high enough temperatures to ignite the cotton. They got hot enough to smoke, but only at around 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is not exactly a fire starter. The internet is wrong, again. The internet will tell you that mixing super glue and cotton will start a fire. The internet is wrong. Super glue is cyanoacrylate. I like that it says warning. When you expose it to air, the water molecules in the air set off a chain reaction, causing the cyanoacrylate molecules to polymerize. This creates a super strong bond and releases heat, but like just a little bit of heat.
I still haven't 100% decided what I'm actually going to put in here, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm literally obsessed with this box. Look at this, dude. Look at this. This is dope. It's freaking... It rolls like a suitcase, but it's one of those like tactical boxes, dude. Like super hard.
Hi, lady. Absolutely love that RM. My name is Zib the Watch Guy. How are you guys?
How you doing?
Hi, my name is Zib the Watch and Jewelry Guy. I absolutely love your styles.
Thank you.
I have a show about nice watches and successful people.
Ooh.
Do you mind? What's your best advice for people just starting out?
My best advice is to get you a coach and a mentor.
I absolutely love that.
Find somebody that can coach you and mentor you so you don't have to make a lot of mistakes.
That is an absolute epic advice. And how about you?
Nothing in life can stop you but yourself. So you have to keep on going, and anything that you want to do, you can do it. You'll master your fate and overtake your destiny.
I absolutely love that. Kind lady. Absolutely love that RM. My name is Ziv the Watch Guy. How are you guys?
How you doing?
Hey, my name is Ziv the Watch and Jewelry Guy. I absolutely love your styles.
Thank you.
I have a show about nice watches and successful people. Do you mind? What's your best advice for people just starting out?
My best advice is to get you a coach and a mentor.
I absolutely love that.
Find somebody that can coach you and mentor you so you don't have to make a lot of mistakes.
That is an absolute epic advice. And how about you?
Nothing in life can stop you but yourself. So you have to keep on going, and anything that you want to do, you can do it. You'll master your fate, and all can take your destiny.
I absolutely love that. God bless you. Can you share that watch with us real quick? Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
God bless you guys.
What's your name?
My name is Ziv.
What's your Instagram?
Ziv the Watch Guy. You can find it by 𝖍𝖊𝖗 on Instagram. I buy and sell high-end watches.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Let me see. What is it?
𝖍𝖊𝖊𝖗. Like zebra. Dot T-A.
Oh,
There it is.
Ziv the Watch Guy. Oh,
Right
I never
there.
heard of you. Oh, dope. So what do? You actually sell watches?
Yeah. And I interview successful people that have nice watches.
Wow.
Yeah.
You live here in Miami?
Yeah.
You know 𝖍𝖊𝖗 and...
Oh, I love them. Such good people.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
amazing.
good. Nice to meet you.
The best.
I'm gonna take a picture with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's take a picture. This is dope.
Let's take a
wow,
picture.
So this is how you do your marketing.
Yes.
That's so smart.
You
I
nailed
love
it.
that.
I love it. And what do you got going on over here? You got a camera crew?
Camera crew, my man, my
I love
camera
that.
girl, my business partner.
That's so
one
cool.
of my mentors.
What's
and
1,000
business
rich
partners.
families?
1,000 families rich. That's the mission that I have, to help 1,000 families become rich on
That's
respect
so
and take
cool.
be kept to honor, not money.
Oh, hold on. Are you a coach?
I'm Coach Stormy.
What was that?
I'm Coach Stormy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's my Instagram. You don't know my Instagram?
That's so cool.
Yeah, let me show you right here, Coach Stormy.
Code Stormy?
Let me show you. Coach.
Oh, Coach Stormy.
Yeah, she coaches a lot of people around
That's
the world.
so cool.
This is me. I'm Coach Stormy.
Whoa.
Right here. I'm Coach Stormy.
This is amazing. I'm so happy I met you.
Yeah. I know Moshe and 𝖍𝖊𝖗 and all of them.
I love them. Such
tell them I
good
met you.
people.
What's your name
Honest
again?
businessmen.
Honest
I love them. Yeah,
What's
God
your
bless.
name?
Ziv.
Ziv. Let me call
Yeah.
him. Let me see if he know you. Don't say I met this guy named Ziv. What do you know about Ziv?
Yeah, send them my warmest regards.
All right, nice to meet you. Blessings.
God bless you. I love that watch too, man.
I know, you seen it from when we was across the street.
God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Kind lady. Absolutely love that RM. My name is Ziv the Watch Guy. How are you guys?
How you doing?
Hey, my name is Ziv the Watch and Jewelry Guy. I absolutely love your styles.
Thank you.
I have a show about nice watches and successful people. Do you mind? What's your best advice for people just starting out?
My best advice is to get you a coach and a mentor.
I absolutely love that. And
Woobin always
respecting others or not causing.
This drug might not be as safe as you think. Now, before you freak out.
What's up, guys? Here to talk to you about this new chat.
Caillou in Frankfurt. Koch doch mit. Haha. Caillou kam heute von der Schule zurück. Caillou, Mama und Papa müssen mit dir reden. Ich heiße nicht mehr Caillou, sondern Khalid.
I was skeptical about the literacy crisis until I started playing on video games and like talking to people in voice chat or like getting messages from people. First of all, sometimes people message me on GTA like in the middle of a mission, and I understand that like, especially on PlayStation, it's really annoying to type. Some of you don't know how to spell anything. I have to like do science. I have to like parse apart the pieces of what you've said to comprehend the meaning. And that is a just basic failure of language there. The other day, I was like hanging out with this dude on voice chat, and at some point we were talking about like what we were gonna paint our cars. We were both like respectively painting our cars. And he goes, I'm thinking maybe this color, brown. And he's like trying to sound out this word. And I'm like, I wonder what he could mean, because I'm in the colors too. I'm going to the browns. I'm seeing like which one he means. And then I found the brown he meant. And it took him like another minute and a half to figure out what word he was reading. The word was sienna. And his best attempt at like, before I finally like, you know, felt bad for him and told him how to pronounce it, he said Cena.
Yep.
Like,
do it.
This was absolutely like a young person. Like he could have been anything between like 14 and 17. But dude, you can't read the word sienna. You can't read. And then like he was reading other words, like the names of the colors, like Feltzer Brown, etc., etc. And he was like really, really struggling, really struggling. And I could see his like failed like reading education there, because he knew all the colors that he like could assume safely were there. Like he sees the car is brown, he sees the word starts with the second word starts with a B is brown, right? He could do that. And I know that they were teaching kids like guess the word based on context. Insane. But he can't read anything else. Like he can only guess what the word is based on context. Like it's tragic to me. And I wanted to like have a frank conversation with this kid about like, bro, you need to learn how to read.
So I came across a small...
Remember the landline I was telling you guys?
Yeah, literalmente. Eso es.
I'm pretty sure there's a few.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's good. That one's good. We have the top of here. It's really old. And